Welcome back. Sorry, we just had a bit of a technical issue there. Nothing too serious. We're just waiting for the um both teams to get ready. It's been this match of the two Indian teams of KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves in round 8. And now we will be going to our match now. And as both teams are ready, so we will be playing on Cafe Dostoevsky with Sabertooth Wolves starting on the defense. So now we will go into our operator bands and we will see I think we'll probably see a very standard amount of standard kind of set of bands here. We'll probably see something around the lines of a Capital band, a Mira band, possibly an Echo band, and a Thatcher band. I think those are the kinds of main bands that we see. Do you think there's that is anything that is going to be unique to these teams, Dover?
Unique to these teams, it's hard to say, but I know Thatcher will be banned. And having said that, it's probably the first ban. Yeah, there you go. Just like I said, um,
All right.
so
Looks
yeah,
like
it seems like we have some sort of a technical difficulty, and we'll just try to sort this out, guys. Please just hang around with us, and we'll be right back.
yeah, it looks like we just bit of a bit of a whoopsie coming from the bit of a whoopsie coming from the admin. Nothing too serious here. Looks like we will have K11 starting on the defense, and Sabertooth Wolves starting on the attack. So I think that like in terms of bans on this map, I would be really interested to see if a team brought out something incredibly unique, something like a buck ban, right? Because I feel like I feel like a buck ban would be something so kind of unique to the scene where really forcing them out on this off breach and being able to open up the walls. Because I think Cafe might be one of the only maps where like a majority of the map is, or a majority of the bomb sites are openable from verticality, because on the top floor site you can open everything from reading and from just underneath heaven in pillars, and then you can open up everything in like almost 95% of the stuff in piano and even the stuff inside the normal cocktail. And for kitchen Dover, you can actually open up a lot of things from train or from
Yeah,
mining
I
as well.
mean, the buck, even though for some it might be a go-to ban, but it has to be a targeted ban of sorts. Like if
Mm,
someone on the particular opposite team is like a very good buck player and he's just insane on the buck, he just knows these angles, he just the master of the recoil, he just knows. I mean, the nades are obviously not there anymore, but even then
mm,
buck is still something, a very unique operator who provides verticality from below a site, not something not many operators can do efficiently and effectively like him. It could come out to a buck ban, but I don't think so. These two teams are going to go with a buck ban, because I don't really think there is a player that might be, a particular buck player that you have to specifically ban him for it. But
mm,
yeah, because there are just so many operators that could do his job, not the verticality from below, but from the verticality from above. Obviously, Sleds, Ash and Zofia,
mm.
some other operator with some breach charges could also do that, etc. So yeah, it's a give or take between who does what, who plays what. So it's up to them in the end.
Mm. And obviously, Zofia and Ash have absolute monsters of a primary weapon in comparison to Buck C8. The AK-70, the M762, which just on Zofia, which just tears through people. So it looks like
Yeah.
we will be jumping back into the match. We've sorted out all our technical issues now. We should be ready to rumble here between K11 and Sabertooth Wolves.
As we start our ban phase once again, KL11 once again on the first ban. I think they banned the Thatcher last time, just like we saw where there should be a Thatcher ban once again. But what do you think are the other bans going to be? So
I think the other band will be a Capital band. Capital has a lot of presence, especially on a map like Cafe and playing top floor. You can really just use the fireball to zone out a lot of people and hold down the site. And we'll see the Thatcher band coming out from K11. Kind of, um, nothing too kind of crazy or fanatical here. We're just going to see a very standard band. I'm probably thinking Sabertooth Wolves are probably going to ban the Capital, or maybe something else a bit interesting, maybe a Monty, and they will ban the Capital. So it's like I predicted.
nice.
On defense, probably they're gonna ban Echo. Echo is still very strong, regardless of
Yeah, I
what
think
you
it's
do to
going to
him.
be someone who gathers info from the defender side, like a Valkyrie, an Echo, or a Maestro. Could be Oh My, you never know. But yeah, just like I said, it's going to be something that delivers info. It's the Valkyrie that's taken off the board by Sabertooth Wolves, while KL11 have yet to do their defensive ban.
I think the Valkyrie is actually a pretty understandable ban because a lot of these teams, especially in APAC, it's been a recent kind of trendy topic and a bit of drama recently within the R6 Pro League side between the idea of like running out and APAC loves to do a lot of runouts, hyper aggression. You know, they'll hear someone start to repel and just run out of a window. You know, and I think the Valkyrie when you can chuck those cams everywhere outside and they're really hard to spot makes it a lot easier to kind of run out. So Benny might have been the play there from Sabertooth Wolves, and we'll see the Echo ban rounding out our bands from KL11. And so we will jump into our first round here on Cafe, um, where you are joined by me, Sword Shape, and Dover as your casters, and we will see a pretty solid lineup coming out from KL11 here. Nothing too kind of crazy. They're going to have both the Wamai and Jaeger. They're most likely to hold piano, and on the attack, they're going to have a very kind of soft breacher heavy frag powered lineup with the Zofia, the Ash, and the Buck, using the Maverick as their main hard breaching utility.
Yeah, just to go back to the bands once again, Thatcher, Capital, Valkyrie, and Echo. Pretty standard bands, nothing out of the ordinary. Just like we said, the Thatcher, and just like we said, how the Capital is going to be Van and Valk and Echo from the defender side. While the attackers do have just one hard breacher. I mean, sometimes it's not really a big deal, but if the defenders have decided to opt for to go for the kitchen, it might be a bit harder for the attackers. But you never know; they might just outfrag them. The attackers are running a Zofia, an Ash, a Nomad, and a Maverick, and a Buck. While on the defender side, we see a Goyo, Omai, and a Jaeger both on play. And Maestro for some information gathering and for some rotations, etc.
And I think the good thing about Sabertooth Wolves' lineup is that they have a lot of throwables, especially to kind of dampen the impact of the Wamais and Jaegers, because you have 6 possible projectiles that are removed from Jaeger, and then I think 5 that are removed from Wamai. So from there, your Buck and your Buck and Ash and Nomad are going to be able to clear most of that kind of utility, and even Zofia with her 2 stuns as well, adding onto that bit of power. So we're going to see right now that Sabertooth Wolves is going to start off with a very standard attack. They're going to have the Nomad rotate all the way up onto the roof, most likely to open up the hatches, when the Buck's going to open up the hatches. And so most of their team are going to stack on the roof first. We do have a roamer on the first floor. I think that was bot down there on the first floor. Yeah, it looks like that's him, and I don't know if they've spotted him just yet. And Bot's going to be starting to move up the red stairs. Maybe he can go and run out on this Zofia right now, who's kind of holding the piano windows. They don't really have anything to watch it, maybe. And we can see Messi's drone that's just in train and dining, but it's not going to be able to see him just yet. They're going to open up the red hatch now. They are all stacked on this kind of one section here, with 3 on the roof and 2 still repelling. If Bot can run out on this red stairs window, he can pick up 2 almost 3 easy kills for his team. And so we'll see Hellboy kind of penalties a bit, and a very tight angle here coming out, but Bot will go down to free win for you. Looks like the pickup was a good idea. He'll be down, and free win will now know the location of that down Jaeger, and they will send most likely the Ash of Messi to kind of like a hunting dog almost, to go and steal and secure the kill there before anyone else picks him up.
Yeah, they do have a drone in trains. Just like you saw, they have kept a drone in mining, just to take care of the C4. And just like we're talking about it, Messi is gonna pick up the down kill on Jaeger. But it's a cheeky angle. The Jaeger was holding all the way from the downstairs. But the most experienced players do know the attackers do look up for it, and he was taken off. While we see the Wamai playing with the Goyo shield behind on the 90.
Oh, a wonderful kind of bullet hole angle here. And looks like that it's not going to really work out, as they're going to have slightly have predicted with the pre-fight here. The Wamai is really holding this tight. He's going to be able to hold off, and looks like Maestro will come in and save him with a shot onto JD. Play will refrag on the Skullix, and now Ironside of the Wamai will pick up one onto Play. It is a 3v3 now with the HP favoring KL11 here. We have a Goyo and a Wamai still on the board. That Wamai still behind the piano shield there. They're not going to be able to force him out, and there's another one rotating on Wamai. Hellboy is going to Nomad off. Can the Wamai get it in time? He won't be able to destroy the Nomad in time, but he will still be okay. It looks like the Wamai is going to pop off from the shield and take out Hellboy, and Mischief will follow up onto Messi, and now it's a 3v1. Win for you. Can you do what you needed to do here? And he will pick up one, but unfortunately will be taken out by Messiah, giving K11 the first round of defense.
Yeah, that round was purely down to not having drawn properly, not having the required information. Sword need to draw on a lot more. They didn't have the information. I don't know why they just they saw the Wamai one back, and they saw him that he went inside the bathroom without just securing the information. They just went in towards the shield one by one and got picked off from the freezer, and I think from the hot and cold spot from which the Goyo was playing. And in the end, the Wamai got once more the Nomad. So I have a lot to cover up if they are, if they are going to beat this team.
Hmm. And looks like now they'll be going to reading fireplace instead of kitchen, which I think is actually a pretty interesting pick. Do you prefer doing reading over kitchen, Dover?
It depends upon the teams I am playing against, or because sometimes kitchen works out really really well, and if someone is pushing the kitchen side really well, they're doing a VIP
Defenders,
push,
protect your bombs from
doing a
being
proper
defused by
bakery push, then you just have to change sides and go towards reading, I guess. But because even the reading and fireplace side is a very very good side. You can hold it from above, from the cocktail place. You can have an angle from the wide, make foot level holes all towards the side, and it actually is a really really headache for the attackers to push that side, and they have to push from the top floor.
Mm, mm. And we will see play being put onto the Twitch instead of the Zofia here. That was the sixth pick. And Mischief will go off, I think it was the Mozzie onto the Pulse. KL11 bringing fairly pretty much the same lineup
10
here
seconds remaining.
of the Maestro, Mute, Jaeger, and Wamai, only opting for the Pulse instead of the
5
Goyo
seconds
there.
left.
And the same thing coming out from Saw, where they're just going to rotate out that Zofia for
Attackers
the
are
Twitch.
moving
As you
out
said
to
before,
locate a bomb and
play
defuse it.
on that Twitch is going to have the F2 to his full advantage and going to just absolutely tear through the team if he hopefully gets droned in by Sabertooth. And so they'll begin their attack now. You have 4 players on this west side of the building starting to kind of work their way up and around. And we will see possibly a very close engagement here if Mischief understands and pulls out his scanner, and he probably has spotted that there's going to be one, at least 2 on this piano wall here. And and yeah, it looks like he's going to kind of rotate in and around of fireplace and just kind of try and give as much intel as possible. They haven't opted to keep someone on that piano shield like normal, and Ironside's is going to be hanging by tops, or blue as some people call it,
Bomb
with Bot
located by
and
attackers.
Cigar as his only main line of defense and support. Oh no jokes, Bot will be rotating all the way around. That Jaeger 3 speed really proving to be quite a speedy little boy. And we see Ash just pre-firing that train, I think it was the mining double wall there. And we'll have JD just on the piano wall. He'll swing in. No one's going to be there. They're going to spot out the Wamai Ironside, and now they're going to begin their push onto the top floor. They have 3 people now slowly making their way up. Looks like they're going to try and see where the Pulse is, try and flush him out in piano, but the Pulse is already rotated back out of the fireplace. So now they have to deal with the defense coming from Bot, and I believe it's Skullex. Yes, Skullex on the cocktail lounge as playing with the Twitcher. It's going to start joining. He'll lose the Twitcher, and that's a fair amount of utility that you're going to lose there. Losing a Twitch drone, especially with this kind of lineup, and Play is just going to creep his way around this bar wall. He probably knows, he sees a shield, and now he's going to fall off, realizing that probably not going to be the best engagement. Oh, he takes the upper angle. What a shot from Play, getting the first kill on the Skullex there. And we will see Bot refrag onto free win for you. And now, will they be able to do it? Bot will pick up a second kill for his troubles onto Hellboy. That's your Nomad down. That's your flank watcher. That's a huge part of the round gone. And now you have a minute left. Plays desperately trying to find where this Jaeger is. And Mischief is now in the basement. And he's just spotted out this person in, I think it's Train, who's just sat there. I think it's JD. But they've got the Ash kind of walking down, droning, and he's being droned out. Hopefully they find those pulses, and the pulse will take out JD with a C4 kill. Wonderful shot. He'll get refragged out by Messi. It's 35 seconds left. You have 2 operators on the Sabertooth wolf side and 3 from KL11. You have a lot of HP coming out here, and they still have a possibility to hold this upper floor section, but Play will pick up a second kill using the elevated angle of that bar kind of table there, and Messi will now accompany him on that white says push. If he drops Laundry, he'll be down by Messiah. It's a 1v1 now situation with 10 seconds left on the clock. Messi's going to have to absolutely go nutty with this R4C. Does he see him? He's on the right, and he'll get the kill. What a clutch coming out from Messi on the 1v1. And Sabertooth Wolves will pick up their first round.
Yeah, just like I said, the play with the Twitch is gonna be the one to look out for. He got the first frag onto the Maestro who was playing on the cocktail lounge with 2 ADSLs in shield. He didn't care much about that. He just stood up on the bar counter and just fired him to death. And it could have gone to KL11's way, but I especially didn't like what the Nomad was doing there. She was just didn't have any information, as she was just rotating from here and there, while Bot actually got 2 kills on the 3rd floor. He could have done a bit more damage, but play was there to shut him down. Indians,
Mm.
yeah,
It,
and going back to that uh, play, we go getting up on the counter. That actually many pro teams do that. They put a Hibana over there and just make an angle. Breach the single wall. If it is reinforced, make an angle over there so that they have an angle from an elevated angle from the Hibana breach towards behind the shield. So not many people know that, but the wall was never reinforced, so he just went up it and picked it from the side. Anyways, very well played by Sabertooth Wolves, and it is a 1-1 for both the teams.
And I like the idea that, like you said, Play has some pretty good game sense on his head. To notice that the shield's there and probably think, okay, there might be someone still on that shield, probably someone of a high value if they're going to place a shield there. And so, just go, well, I'm going to take this gunfight on the elevated side. And you can see how that difference in mentality changed with Bot as well. Because you look at the way that Bot had his kind of crosshair placement, it was very lateral. It didn't change or look for verticality. And allowed Play to just pick up the simple kill on the Jaeger. And
Yeah, I think he was trying to figure. He probably thought the play was going to be playing behind the shield, so he was kind of aiming low, So it just outsmarted him in the end, I guess.
And so now we'll be going to the kitchen defense coming from KL11 on this third round. They will opt out of the Maestro and go for the Goyo instead. Looks like Sabertooth Wolves will bring a bit more kind of they'll opt out of the Maverick and go for the Hibana and Hellboy, moving him off from the Nomad and putting JD from the Maverick onto the Nomad and putting free win for you off the buck onto the Sledge. And so that's going to be a lot of that kind of opening up and that kind of verticality pressure that you see. Ironside, the Wamai placed behind his shield, he's been having a alright game so far. He's going to start prepping the castle door, and they've got Mischief on castle, moving him off. And Messiah will be put on the Legion, and that will be the most of the change. And so Skullix is going to be hidden behind this Goyo shield inside Bakery, and we'll have Bot inside Prep, kind of just making sure that no one pushes him too aggressively from the small Bakery side. JD, they're taking, and JD's going to start nomading off Piano. Messi will pick up the opening kill onto Ironside. There's not going to be a refrag out there coming out from Mischief, and that's just a free kill onto the Wamai. And now no one's going to be playing behind that shield there. So if Sabertooth wanted to, they would be able to kind of just push down white and hopefully maybe open up that freezer wall. And so we see a kind of a slow start that's taken a minute 30 to find the opening pick on Sabertooth Wolves side. And now hopefully they can kind of change it up a bit, and Skullix will take out a free win for you, and that's your soft breach down other than the Ash. And so now you've lost red stairs, you've lost the kind of control there. All you have to hope for is that Messiah can wrap around and get the 2 kills that he needs to get there. You have Play jumping or looking down small Bakery, maybe jumping in on the call of his teammates. You have Hellboy opening up the kitchen wall now, and JD will just cover his tracks, put a Nomad at the top of red stairs as Messiah is just holding this angle. Messi will pick up a double kill, and now here comes the trouble. Can Messiah pick up a refrag for his troubles? He knows someone's on the right, and he knows someone's on the left. He knows Messi's there. He will see Play. He will tag him up a tiny bit, just below 75 HP. And the Skullix will wrap around and take out Messi, and so now they know they have a bit more control on this lower bar side and by the VIP lounge. Messiah will pick up the kill onto Play, and now it's a 2v3 situation. KL11 have kind of turned this around for them. They've taken what control they've lost and now regained it in some sense. Hellboy is now looking down Prep, and he's going to just kind of peek around with that Type 89, absolute monster of a weapon, a bit small magazine size though, and we'll have Bot on that 416, kind of just washing down coats, and he'll know that JD's stuck in small Bakery, and Messiah will pick up another kill onto Hellboy. And now it is going to be KL11 taking up the second round, with Skullix picking up a triple kill on the round.
Yeah, I didn't see much in terms of attack. Going to the mining place, and while we see Saw going for a rehost for some reason.
I think that, and I think it's important to note the fact that that it took him about a minute 30 to get to that first opening pick. It was something that they could have really done a bit more of, and I think that the fact that they did get that opening pick onto Ironside was pretty valuable, but it could have come out a lot earlier, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, the attackers have to be a bit more pacey with their attack. They have to take control of the 2F side, even if when it is kitchen. There wasn't any verticality in terms of their attack, so I think that's where they lost the round. Even though Messi got some frags towards the VIP and bar, bar counter that didn't count for nothing once he was refragged by Skullex, who actually got a double kill, and Messiah, who was on the Legion, who also got a double kill in the end. I have to say that the defense played it well, but the attackers could have done a bit more. They could have grown and had the information a bit more. Could have kept a bit more crossfires, and they went to the second floor to get a bit more control. But in the end, KL11 played it really well, and it's a 2-1 advantage to them.
And I think it's actually pretty interesting to look at the fact that they had free win for you, and to me at least it seemed, I'm not sure if maybe it's different in the actual, like from what we could see, but it looked like free win for you kind of didn't put a lot of pressure from that top floor. It looked like he could have done a lot more in terms of opening up, and I guess it kind of worked in the favor of K11 with the way their defense worked, where they were able to kind of hold off the sites a bit more laterally with the castle in play, Messiah inside coats, and Ironside inside VIP, or with the Maya shield. They didn't have any kind of control. They didn't really have any pressure put onto Sabertooth Wolves on the top floor, and I think it was a bit lucky on their side that they were able to kind of pick out that round. So um, we were going to see a rehost now, and on to round 4. It's 2-1. We see that Sabertooth Wolves will be able to go back to bar, I believe, having won it the first round, and they cannot go to kitchen, but can also go to reading. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see where they go now, because do they go for the more kind of safe idea of going for bar, or do they try and lock it out so that they can play, um, so that they can play so that they can play kitchen all the way in round 6. And what are your thoughts about that, Doe? What are your thoughts about what they're going to play next round?
Next round, I think they're gonna go back to the 3F if it's not locked. But they could go to mining and fireplace, but most teams don't prefer that. They could go to reading. They haven't won over there. They have lost the one round they played. They lost over there, so they could go back to reading. But all of these sites are pretty. Not just the sites, but the whole map, in fact, is pretty defender sided. But I wouldn't give much thought to it, and I don't think the Saw have anything to worry about. It's still 2-1. It's still a long match to play. There's still a lot of gameplay to be had. And when there's a round switch, I think Saw can bring this back, but it has to be down to the individual plays, and has to be some sort of coordination within the team, but it has to be also down to the individual plays, and we haven't seen that much from anyone as of yet, other than just some double kills or single kills here and there, just down to the mistake of the other team, but not something you do to help yourself to get that kill. So it is still anyone's game.
Hmm. And I'd just like to point out as well, Messi got 2 opening kills in that game, in those first 3 rounds, one against Bot and one against Ironside in that third round there. And it looks like that they're kind of going to keep putting him on the ash and keep putting him on that fragging role, kind of like how Sabertooth Wolves used play. And funnily enough, play got the second round opening kill. And so it looks like we will be jumping back into the game now onto round 4 between K11 and Sabertooth Wolves. It is 2-1 in favor of K11. However, I will note, and I think it's kind of important to note that K11 almost won that defense round on reading. It was a very, very close round, and I think that um, they just got a bit unlucky with play from Saw, just
Being this
having,
good.
yeah, just getting the double kill, and unfortunately Messiah was unable to, with the mute, clean up against Messi, who's been having a pretty good game so far, with being put on the ash and just being put on that frag roll and just kind of left to his own devices and just to kind of go free and nuts. And so we will see a bar defense coming out from K11. Yeah, and they'll bring mostly the same lineup as they had in the first round, with the Goyo, the Wamai, the Jaeger, the Newt, and the Maestro. And on the side of Sabertooth Wolves, I believe we saw pretty much the same thing. No, actually, it's going to be different from the first time they played, with JD off the Maverick and onto the Nomad. Looks like they're going to keep him on there, and Hellboy on the Hibana from the Nomad. I think it's pretty interesting because the first 2 rounds Hellboy played Nomad, but
Nomad, yeah.
unfortunately got picked off pretty early, so I think that's probably why they swapped him over to the Hibana this time.
Yeah, and they also had a Maverick instead of the Ibana, and they had a Buck instead of the Sledge. But I think they are going to switch it around. They probably bring in the nades Also having the Ash, and play is actually was on the Zofia, but now it's gonna switch to Twitch, which I said, just like I said at the start of the game, it is the Twitch plays that we have to be worried about from him in this map and in this particular match. While on the defender side of things, it is still the same, just like you said, exactly. Jaeger, Vamai, Goyo, Mute, and Mistro. I think Sabertooth Wolves have to do the things differently this time. This time they have to get that information that they didn't have the first round. Get those crossfires properly, and flush out the defenders from their positions. Go playing on the freezer and the Vomai playing on the 90. Just have proper information this time and not just rush towards the shield without taking it out. And get killed in the process.
So we'll see free win for you on that sledge. Will just now open up the 2 hatches on the roof, and JD will peek down. Last time we saw Bot, unfortunate, but he'll take up the first kill here onto play, and that's a huge kind of kill if you're looking from the KL11 side. That's their kind of main fragger down. Bot, I was going to say, in the first round, unfortunately died on that red stairs peak, and looks like he'll just destroy play through the white stairs window. I don't know if it was completely destroyed, so he might have just pre-fired it, but to me it looks like the window was still kind of barricaded, so he must have just heard play repel and gone for a pre-fire there. And so we'll have Brief on this Goyo. He's kind of stuck behind the shield right underneath the skylight. Messi going for a quick peek left and right. Is he going to be able to find anyone there? No, he won't. They will have Hellboy opening up the piano to stairs wall now. JD's going to repel onto that piano window. I believe it is the east side, and now he's just going to peek very slowly. He's going to see that they've really gone for an open, kind of the standard open hold there. And so most likely he will tell his team Messiah's is going to do some renovations on that little section of the wall there, just to make sure that Skullix's 3 armor body can really get in and around. It looks like JD will swing on in. He's been spotted, and now it's a waiting game for Ironside. He's going to be stuck behind his shield. The flashbang will go off behind him, even though he has a Jaeger there. And looks like they're going to devote Hellboy onto getting that wall open with a Hibana charge. And they are just lobbing all sorts of flashbangs all around. The Maestro camp is really proving a hell of a lot of trouble for Sabertooth Wolves. They're unable to do anything. There's a minute left. There's only 50 seconds left. There's only been 1 frag, and that's on the side of KL11. And it looks like they will take another. And Freedom for you down. And now they just have all the time in the world. Skullix will take the kill with the Maestro camp. They've got the shield down now, but now you have to deal with Ironside is inside toilets, and Mischief will pick up another kill onto JD, and now it is a 2v5. KL11 have really solidly taken this round. Mischief's down below. He can go around the red stairs flank. You have Ironside peeking this very kind of interesting angle here from Mushrooms, holding over the both sides. Bot 11 will pick up a second kill for this round onto Hellboy. It will be all down. Oh, what a shot from Bot. He will absolutely destroy Messi, and that's a flawless round for KL11 on round 4.
Yep, very well played by Bot. I think he got a triple kill that round.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. And insane shot in the end. Very, very flawless. And 3-1 advantage to going towards KL11. They played once again. I didn't see much droning coming out from Sabertooth Wolves there. I mean, I saw plenty of flashes and people repelling in from here and there, and people dying on repels as well. But I didn't see any droning being done from them. They have to drone. They have to get that information about who's playing where, what utility has been placed where, and how they have to burn those utilities, etc. They are not doing a very good job in terms of their attack. There's a lot more that's to be desired from this team, and I know that they can do well, but we have to see how it goes from here on in. And it's round number 5, and it's 3-1 advantage to KL11.
And I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game now. I think we're on the 5th round, and it looks like they will stick to the reading side rather than going for possibly the train and the fireplace and mining one, which, you know, is, I think the side is the more favored one out of the 2 of them. And we will see that KL11 will bring the Mozzie this time instead of, I believe last time they brought the Mute. Oh no, they brought the Mute again. I think it was last time they didn't bring the Goyo, I'm pretty sure, on this downstairs, on this first floor. But yeah, they'll put play back onto the Zofia from the Twitch, and we'll have kind of roughly the same lineup for the rest of the same games.
Yeah, you know, they have to bring out the, in my opinion, they have to bring out the Ash and Zofia and the Sledge, in my opinion, because KL11 are bringing out a lot of utilities, you know, that they have to destroy with Womai shields and Goyo shields and Mistro cams and whatnot. burning my ADSs, Jaeger, my magnets, Jaeger ADSs. There's a lot of utilities that still got out by KL11. So I have to adapt to that, and they have to, equally bring out operators that can, get the Maestro cams or get the shields like Ass and Sophia. While Twitch can get the Maestro cams with her drones and can get some utility as well, but it is a very hard process. But Zofia is obviously a lot more efficient in doing that. While we see Mozzie doing sort of a roam below, but he has decided to just fall back towards Train Museum, towards site. While we see the attackers taking control of the tree, while Play is going to put out the Claymore along with the Nomad charge. I mean, they are really worried about the flanks, I guess, but you just cannot rely on a Nomad or a Claymore to, to cover up the flanks. Should have some sort of information. While we see Jaeger actually is going to lit up JD, who is playing on the Nomad. I wonder where that happened. Probably from the 90 spot towards Cigar. Yeah, just like I said, from the 90 spot. JD is quite on a sliver of HP. I mean, 1 or 2 shots are actually going to down them. They do spot out the Maestro Cam actually, and he's going to take out, I think, through some Zofia charge or something. While we see Sledge break open the Cigar hatch.
Yeah, and so free win for you. We'll just hold down this white hallway. He'll looking to train a bit more, having opened the hatch. And now he's going to play again with the elevated angle onto Skullix. He's pulling for that twice. Oh, the quick pick coming out. He will lose onto Bot. And Bot will drop down, not before being taken out by Hellboy. So now you have 3 and a double. 1 downed and 1 killed from Messiah. If he's looking at his points, he'll know that he's got the down.
That was an insane C4. I have to just, I have to come in between and tell you that was such an insane and nutty C4. From the soft breaches that the attackers made, he just lobbed in a C4, and I don't think so. Freewin knows that. I mean, either defenders, I don't think they know that they actually downed someone, and he's going to get eventually be picked up by Sledge.
So with 45 seconds left on the clock, you have 3v3 with Hellboy with just a bit under 25 HP, so it's in the side of KL11 now. But the controls constantly being lost. Messi will spot out, I believe it's Messiah, who do some quick picks, but he won't see the Mozzie. Oh, Hellboy will save him though, and it's going to be a very tight round. This one is 30 seconds left. Messi's down. They hopefully know that he's down, and free win for you is going to be checking this verticality. Is he going to get Messi up? Yes, he will. Hellboy and Messi now just below 25 HP, I believe on 20 HP each. We've got Ironside holding this tight angle. He'll go prone. Will they be able to see him? They're not. They're just going to go straight for the reading push. They've just decided to say, nah, we're not going to push pillar anyway. And Messiah will take up the first kill, but the 2 go there. And can Hellboy and Messi pull this off? They're both going to start peeking. And Messiah will pick up a triple kill, save the KD. And that is a wonderful round from KL11.
That C4 won them the round, I have to say, by Messiah. He could have had a quad kill there. The Ash never came inside the side, or Hibana actually never got killed by him with the C4. Who actually got down, but very well played by Miss Messiah. He was the MVP of that round. It is round number 6 and 4v1 advantage to KL11. I mean, if Sabertooth does not win this round, it is going to be a very uphill task for them, to come back from 5-1 deficit. It is a defender-sided map, just like I said before. I'm going to say it again, but you have to be mentally prepared to make a comeback from 5-1 as well. And it still is anyone's game. I'm going to say it's anyone's game, but if it's 5v1, I think KL11 are going to take it home.
And I think it's just interesting to note that play on that elevated angle on that counter once again, taking out Skullix. That's the second time it's happened, and the second time that Skullix and Play have been involved in that opening kill, opening death statistic. And so now we go back to the kitchen defense coming out from KL11 on this final defense round for them. Hopefully they can close it out if they want to close out the map. Play will know that there's a Goyo there coming out from Skullix, and you'll get to keep the drone alive. So good standings from them right now in terms of drone economy. But even if you keep the drones alive, it's more a question of what are you going to do with it, because I feel like Sabertooth Wolves have really failed to kind of utilize their drones to really sort out where people are, and it's led to a lot of free kills coming out from KL11. Well, there's just no information being given there.
Exactly. It's just like we saw Play there. When he got up on the bar counter once again, got the first kill, and he was face checking, quick picking those angles and trying to fire once again. Any good player is going to fire back, just like we saw Bot killing him in the process. But you have to drone yourself. You just can't keep face checking angles and quick picking angles to kill people or get lucky with 1 or 2 kills, but you have to drone properly, have the drone economy. Just you can't just always rely on quick peeks and aims and etc.
Mm. And so now we'll see that free win for you is going to be back on that buck, and they've swapped out the Nomad of JD onto the Jackal. And so we're going to see roughly the same lineup from KL11 here with the Wamai on Ironside, Mischief on the Castle, Messiah, who had a wonderful round that past round on the Legion now, with Bot still on the Jaeger and Skullix playing that kind of more utility section. And Jackal's going to start picking up his first set of tracks. He'll know it's the Wamai by down by VIP Lounge. And honestly, that's going to be pretty expected if you're thinking about it from the Sabertooth wall side. There was someone playing their last round. They've put the castle wall just behind where Ironside is right now. And so it's pretty fair to say that they're going to have a lot of utility on that wall there. And we will see Mischief, again, holding down this bar and kind of VIP section with shotgun open, probably with the super shorty just holding these reading stairs. Free win for you is now going to start opening things from above, and he's going to have a lot more control. This is what we'd like to see coming out from Sabertooth Walls now. It's been a minute 30 though, so they've kind of wasted a bit too much time here. They kind of need to start getting a move on, hopefully flushing out Wamai and Castle to get their final push ready. It's a minute 20 now, and again, they're just kind of holding these angles, looking around. They're going to start joining, and Mischief, I don't think Mischief saw the drone there. He'll know that someone's heading down the stairs, but he won't know where or how fast they're gonna start rushing down. Messi's gonna see that there's the shield there of Ironside by VIP door. And so now, JD, he's gonna see the castle, he's gonna see that's prep, he's gonna start slowly making his way around. Messi with the face check. Now is the question, is Mischief ready for this? JW is going to be slowly working his way around. He's got Messiah as a backup inside coats, but there is a castle wall there. With 43 seconds left, it's the only person who's lost health. Oh no, Skullix will take out the first kill onto Messi, and it's looking all like KL11's got this round in the bag. They've got a 5v4, there's 30 seconds left. JD's just pre-firing desperately, and Play will get the second kill onto Skullix. And now it's a 4v4, and 25 seconds left. JD will pick up another kill onto Messiah. Mischief will refrag onto JD. Play will pick up his second kill onto Ironside, but looks like Play will now pick up his triple kill onto Mischief. It's a 3v1 now. It's 14 seconds left though. Can Bot hold it off? He picks the wrong way, and unfortunate timing. But a free win for you. Will take that kill and give Sabertooth Wolves their second attack round.
Yeah, this is exactly what they didn't do the last time they were attacking Kitchen. They didn't take the vertical control that round. While this time we did say they take it a bit slow, but they droned it well. Just like I have been saying from all these rounds, they droned it well. They took the vertical control properly. They were making angles, they were making holes, making the defenders uncomfortable inside the site. Although it came down to 1v1s, and at the very end of the round, some fights could have gone either way, but it is still. I think still Saab might be able to do a comeback. The next 1 or 2 rounds are going to be very, very crucial for this outcome of this match. KL11 still have a big advantage, going into round number 7 with a 4-2 towards them. But I think KL11 still have what it takes to, just see it home, just get the attack properly and just see it home and win this match.
And I think it was very, very close coming out on the Sabertooth side. Barely kind of getting that final push down, and almost arguably they could have lost that had Mischief picked up the second kill to Play there. But Play, kind of proving himself to be the fragger of the team, and putting the team on his back a little bit. He'll be put into the Jaeger this round for this bar defense, and we will see a bit of a different lineup here. They're not going to bring a Mute or even a Goyo this time. They're going to just rely on the Wamai shield to do the work for them on that top floor. They've got the Vigil and Smoke instead. That Smoke is going to be really, really handy at least denying 30 seconds of time, with each of the smokes being 10 seconds each. On the side of KL11, you see a bit of a different lineup too. They're not going to bring out the Hibana this time. They're going to opt for the Thermite instead, and they're going to have Bot on the IQ. So it seems like Bot is a really big fan of the German operators. We'll see what he's able to do with them. They're going to have Messiah on the Sledge, Mischief on Sophia, and Skullix on that utility and flank watch of the Nomad. And so we're going to start on the 7th round here. The first attack round from KL11, where it is 4-2 in favor of KL11 against Sabertooth Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends upon the player and depends upon the team, like what kind of breacher they bring in. Do they bring in the Maverick or the Hibana, or do they bring in just the old school Thermite and get the walls open properly? I mean, it's still anyone's game at this point. 4-2, KL11 still have the advantage. Just like you mentioned, they are going to bring out the IQ. We are going to see the IQ and the thermite for the first time in this match. Well, from the defender side, it's pretty much a straight lineup and something not out of the ordinary. While we do see a Vigil, who is going to do a run or is a sort of hold an angle all the way from Cigar. Well, Nomad has to be careful. Who hasn't not much of an HP, but still around like 75, 80 mark, I guess. But he has to be careful with those repels because Vigil is picking these really aggressively. I mean, he could be taken out here if he's not careful enough. You know,
Oh, what a
he's got
wonderful angle here.
cheeky bullet hole angle towards the Nomad. Can you see this? Can you get this? Oh, yes, he can play with that insane play, no pun intended. And he's going to go and barricade it. I mean, the attackers are not doing much and trying to bounce him on it. This is like exactly the mistake that Saw were doing. KL11 do not have much drones, do not have much crossfire, do not have much angles made up towards the Cigar, and Play is going to just punish them for it, and the Nomad is off the board.
And so we will see kind of the round stalling out a bit more here from the KL11 side. With a minute 15, they haven't really picked up any other traction, and they've lost their Nomad, so that means there's a huge amount of flank watch is going to be removed with those air jabs now off the board. They're going to join our piano now, and it's going to take them an extra maybe 5-10 seconds to figure out if there's anyone there, especially with a Vigil ability stopping drones, and they will lose drones as well. And Mischief is just down below, trying to kind of see if anyone's in that cocktail lounge area. He doesn't see anyone even by bar, and so now, with 50 seconds left, we're going to have to see what K11 can do here. Mischief will rotate all the way around to Terrace and Messiah with the SMG Red Dot, which I think is an interesting pick. I like to use it with the Holomore while I'm speaking. Bot just picks off Hellboy, who's on the Wamai, and now they have a bit more control of Piano. Probably going to have fun.
I'd like to see where that happened actually. Was he playing the blue or was he playing like close towards the white or bathroom?
He was playing a bit further down towards the white stairs because they have another shield set up there. And
I think he was playing towards the blue. Yeah.
And looks like Free Win for You is going to use his first smoke, and looks like it won't do any kind of huge damage, but it will be maestroed by the JD using that ability, and Ironside's going to have to push him a bit harder. He'll die out of the smoke, and K11 is falling like dominoes right now. Play will pick up a second kill onto bot 11. They've got nothing left. Free Win for You will take up his second kill, and looks like K11 will not be able to clear out this round, and they will lose. Sabertooth Wolves picking up the first defense on bar.
Yeah, just like I said, in the first couple of rounds are going to be very important towards Sabertooth Wolves. If they manage to do 1 or 2 and bring it back to 4-4, it's still anyone's game from there on out. But just like I said when it was attack for Sabertooth Wolves, KL11 are not doing much in terms of their drone works. They are not holding the crossfires or the repels. There was just one guy repelling towards the south side of the cigar side, and Nomad just got picked up from an insane bullet hole from Play.
And so now we'll see that they're going to move on to the second round defense, where they're going to go straight to kitchen this time, not going to reading instead. And we'll see kind of the same lineup that K11 brought on the defense, instead going for the smoke instead of the mute. And I think that's a kind of interesting pick there, because the smoke worked out really effectively. It was able to damage Ironside, I believe, on the thermite and eventually kill him. And that SMG-11 from Free Win just tore through the K11 side. And we'll see the same lineup coming out from K11 of the Nomad, IQ, Sophia, Sledge, and Thermite. And they're going to hopefully take this round off the board from K11, forcing them to go there to kitchen again if necessary. And so we will see just a bit more droning coming out. They're going to hold a really tight, hold a lot of drones on these runouts, as Wamai of JD is just going to be reinforcing that top floor, that middle floor hatch. Looks like they're going to go for roughly the same idea. Hellboy has his 2 proxy alarms, and JD will go for the VIP shield with the castle behind him. And now KL11 will begin their attack onto the 8th round of this match.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty similar defensive strat to what KL11 were bringing out when defending kitchen, and I think it should be in their knowledge and ability to get the counters for the same, because it's simply the same strat you follow, so you have to be able to counter it. I guess, I mean, it's easier said than done, but I think they are gonna go towards the 2F and 3F. I think that's the right way to go about it.
And so we'll see Play. They're not going to actually have the I think something that's interesting is that they're not going to have the Goyo, I believe, that they had, that KL11 had on the defense. So they're going to have the Maestro instead. Now, Maestro really proved quite powerful in the last round, being able to electrify that wall and prevent the Thermite from putting his charge down. And the pre-fight should come out here onto Skullix. Nothing will happen, no kill will happen of it, but 25 HP, bit less than 25 HP left on Skullix, as he'll have to kind of force out the rotate. And Play has done a huge amount of damage with that outer. First bit of engagement coming in with 1 minute 50 left on the clock. They KL11, sorry, are going to continue to join this middle floor, which they honestly should have done a bit earlier, in my opinion, because now it takes a bit of time for Masai to run around and make sure that everything's fine, and he's just going to start opening up. He's going to block off that rotate from Bakery, and it looks like it will be Messi who's stuck in behind that Bakery counter. And so now we will see KL11 begin to put a bit more pressure onto the Sabertooth Wolves defense. Messiah will be looking to where Play kind of took a lot of health off of Skullix, but again, KL11 really kind of slowing down on this attack here. They're waiting for Messiah to get, hopefully probably get a pick as they're droning out and kind of getting information. Play's going to rotate back towards the freezer side, and he's going to be watching it very carefully with the impact there, ready to impact trick it. JD watching him from white stairs. Messi has now retreated back into kitchen cooking, in which he will watch prep door. Oh, looks like Mischief will barely miss him, and now we come down 50 seconds left. Messiah will pick up the first kill onto Messi, and now it is a 4v5. Although Skullix really close to dying here, this could be bad for them, and we will see Ironside getting open this wall now. And they're just going to start to put a bit more pressure now. 35 seconds left on the clock. What can you do to hold off KL11 Sabertooth? What can you do now? And we will see that they are going to start beginning to kind of fall back a bit, push back into sight, not give too much kind of control away. But looks like the drones are coming out. Have they spotted the Maestro cameo? It looks like they haven't. No, they have. Mischief will take it out, but JD will take out Messiah. And the impact coming out from Play. Can he kill the IQ? No, he can't. And it looks like there'll be a refrag coming out from Hellboy. Bot 11 goes down. Ironside starting the plant now. Hellboy, can you do something incredible here? Mischief will go down. And Skullix will pick up a refrag onto free win for you. Hellboy will take out Mischief and will give the round to Sabertooth Wolves on that defense. Wow, what an absolute cluster of that 20-second meta that we see there at the bottom there.
Yeah, I mean, Sabertooth Wolves have come back from 4-2 down deficit to make it 4-4. I mean, I don't know how KL11 managed to lose that round. They have everything going on for themselves, even though most of the defenders were still alive, like 4 of them, I believe. But they didn't get the plan down on time, I guess, and the planter was killed in the process while trying to get the plant down. I think it was Smoke who killed him, while Castle just survived the clock and Sabertooth Wolves won the round.
I think it's also interesting to note that the Castle ran in, but they also still had the Wamai still left there, and so even if they would have to have sprinted to get that plant down, man, that was a absolute cluster of a last round. I almost ran out of breath being able to speak that long. But now we'll move on to the 9th round between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves, with Sabertooth now not opting to go down there again, but actually going to go to the reading site this time. And so maybe they think they have a bit more of an opportunity and a chance to hold down this site. They can't actually go back down to kitchen because they won that. I just completely forgot. Sabertooth Wolves will now be going to reading and Fireplace Hall, bringing a kind of the same unique lineup too, with the Mozzie and the Goyo this time.
Yeah, they are gonna not bring out the smoke. They are gonna try to deny those drones. I think with the Mozzie and the Mute, while we do see the Jaeger and the Wamai once again, and there's Goyo along with it. So I think it's once again a pretty similar strat to what KL11 were doing. I think they are gonna make some hold towards Freezer and make some holds, head level holds towards the cigar wall, and let's see how it goes. We have managed to make a comeback from 4-2 to 4-4. They could win it once again, but let's see while KL11, interestingly, we have noticed, have decided to bring out a Monty with the Messiah, who's going to be the Monty, and the rest of the lineup is still pretty much the same, with the Zofia and the IQ and not having Thermite.
And looks like this kind of Monty play will be a bit more impactful for kind of that final push there, being able to kind of push the defenders a bit further back and kind of give them a bit more room, especially with those 2 smokes, and the absolute faith that Messiah must have in RNGesus with that hip fire on the Monty if he ever needs to kind of fall back and fight for himself. But we'll see Um, a lot of the same thing coming out from Sabertooth was in comparison to KL11 here, and unfortunately, you will lose one air jab from Skullix by an unchecked ADS by Messi, which will, although will be taken out, it will kind of scare the KL11 team off a bit more.
Yeah,
So this,
these are the small things. I think you just might end up hurting uh, different teams, or even attack or in defense. Now just one more rotation or one more stare that the attackers have to be worried about, because there's not going to be a nomad jab for them.
mm,
You just even there was someone already playing there. I think it was Bot who was already playing there. Who could have just shot the Jaeger ADS, but I think he didn't notice, and it was the nomad who paid the price with one of our air jabs.
well, I think what's interesting is as well, Bot's playing the IQ. You know, he should he
Yeah,
won't have
I
been
mean,
able to stand it.
he should have seen it. Yeah, of course.
And looks like with a minute 10 left, they're going to go for a plan here. They've used the Nomad to pull him around. They don't have a smoke anymore from Free Win for you. This is the perfect play from Ironside. JD is going to throw the C4. What will you do with it? You will take out Ironside. What an opening pick. And the second C4 will come out. But Messiah will live. He has the fuse now. Play by 90. He's holding it down close. Bot's going to start rotating in with Skullix on the rotate as well. Now it's a bit more of a frenzy as Messiah is going to start turning around. I think he might start trying to go for a plant here by himself, but it looks like Messiah's picked up the diffuser, so he can't. Now Bot's got it, and Skullix in the meantime will take out Hellboy.
If someone is just smart enough and go down and just have an angle, but no, Bot is gonna get the plan done. I think yes, he will.
Oh, and Messi in the on the air jab, and Play will actually die for it. Messi unable to refrag off, and now it is a perfect scenario for KL11. They have a bit more control. Messi has to find this no matter Skullix here, or else they're going to be in some real trouble on this defense. He will note out the Monty. Hopefully the Monty will call out for Skullix on this top 4 hold here. And we have JD creeping around. Mischief is on the window. Does he know that he's right there? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just going to hold it anyway, but JD is going to start creeping around. He'll take out the air jab. He'll jump out, but Mischief's ready for it. And KL11 will take out the kitchen. Oh, sorry, not the kitchen, the reading defense.
Yeah, that was so very well played by KL11. They're bringing out the Monty and actually making a use of him, planting behind him. The first C4, I don't know how the Thermite died behind the shield of the Monty. I mean, it's just, I think, the new reworked C4, so to speak, with the shrapnel and everything. But they did use a second C4, which didn't hurt the Monty much. I mean, he was just there to just stand and, stop the gunshots and the C4 from being hurting the other one who was planting. While Bot, who was on the IQ, actually got the plan down. While just like I said earlier, like if someone would have just had the idea, it's difficult to have such a play in your head in that the heat of the moment to go down and just hold an angle on the default plan once again. But very very well played by KL11. They are 5-4 on an advantage going into round number 10, and this is the round that's so very important. If Saw managed to win it, it's a 5-5 tie once again, and KL11 managed to win it, it's match point for them on the next round.
And as much as KL11 have kind of put a lot of pressure on Sabertooth, they did make a strong comeback, bringing it from, I think it was a 4-2 to a 4-4, and so Sabertooth was a really commendable FA here so far, and hopefully they can bring it back a bit. And oh no, Messiah is on the Ying. This means that we could see some kind of freaky Ying rush play here with the smokes and the Yings coming out. It looks like that'll be their only kind of change in their lineup, and we will see a different lineup as well. Free Win for you has taken a bit of damage. I don't know where that's come from. It doesn't look like it's come out from a impact or anything, so it must have been from a stray shotgun bullet, probably from Play or from JD that's kind of tagged Free Win for you on the side here. But they won't bring, I think they're not going to bring the Goyo, is it? They've opted to go for the mute and the smoke this time, keeping JD on that Maestro, and yeah, now we will see a bit more of a kind of utility dump.
Yeah, I think they have learned the lesson. They decided to bring out the smoke this time instead of the Mozzie. Instead of the Mozzie and the Goyo. But yeah, whatever. I mean, the Monty is not in play anytime, but smoke is always a good pick. While we do see Messiah bringing out the Ying for the very first time in Smash Shoot. Once again, he did bring out the Monty last round, and he played it very, very well. This time, he might bring out the Ying and might just get something out of you. You never know. But we have to see how they go about it. While Bot tries to get this glasses out from the skylight, so I think he can throw a drone and get some information from the skylight. While we see Skullix Nomad all the way down They're near garage trying to have his drone get some information while JD is on cams. Wamai is still holding this 90 shield with 2 ADSs, and I think he has dumped some of his Wamai charges towards the front of those chandeliers and the couches.
So now we will see Skullix on that white hallway, hopefully trying to take out the rotate from Hellboy whenever he gets pushed back. And we will see KL11 chucking out their first ying all the way. Will it be caught by a Wamai? I believe it will be caught by a Jaeger, which is a really big waste of that kind of utility there. I feel like if they are able to get it to set off right as each of the pings come up, and Hellboy will just get his feet tagged by this Nomad, and Messi will get caught in the crossfire by accident, and he won't be able to take out Mischief. Mischief will take out the first kill onto Messi there, and so now is a 5v4 with a minute 20 left. Mischief will now push his way down, but looks like from Cigar they haven't cleared it properly. Messi will unfortunately disconnect probably for a rehost next round, and Ironside won't see the rotate coming out from pillars. He'll notice it too late. Oh no, now they have to worry about it. Play's gone downstairs. He will miss the C4 onto Ironside, so he'll get away very, very luckily. But Mischief is super low now, on about 20 HP, and it looks like bot 11 is unable to just get that tiny little pick onto. Oh, he sees him. Oh, but he's unable to take the kill, and JD will be stuck in Cocktail with free win for you, and I believe Play as well. They're all stuck there in that kind of blue Cocktail Lounge area. The main wall is going to be opened by Ironside. We've got a real kind of absolute bonanza of a game coming, bonanza of a round coming up. They're going to spot out Hellboy on this bar hold here. He's got really nowhere to go. He's going to have to just hope to God that he can hit his shots. But a wonderful kill coming out by JD. He's learned what Play did. He's taken the play into his own hands. He's on that elevated pitch. Messiah is not going to be able to take out anything. Skullix will get a triple kill for all of his efforts this round, and Ironside will go down to free win for you on the smoke. Are they going to be able to take out this round? 10 seconds left on the clock. Bot 11 is going to start rotating around. He doesn't see anyone in Cocktail. He takes up his first kill of free win for you. Are they able to find him? The plan's going down from Messiah. Play, what can you do in this kind of time? He'll be able to deny! And Sabertooth Wolves will pick up the bar win. Absolute mania coming out here on the defense.
I mean, 3v1, what more can you do? Just shoot the guy who's planting. The time is over anyway. Very well played by the smoke, I believe who it was in the end. No, I think it was the mute. I think it was the mute. But they Indian, yeah, never mind that. But Indian really played by him. I think the attackers could have done a bit more. Could have watched the rotations from him. I mean, they didn't have the information. They were looking for him, mind you. Skullix, who got a triple kill, I believe, was looking for him. But if the plant is going to go down, I think you have to go towards Cigar. While we see Messiah once again bringing out the Monty with a 6-pick. He's going to 6-pick it 2 from a Ying. It should be interesting to see what he does this time around. It's a 5-5 once again, a very tight match. It's a very interesting and insane match to watch. I'm so happy for this.
And man, I just play, and the thing was that they had 2 people on each side. They had bot, I believe, in Cocktail, and they had Skullix. Excuse me. They had Skullix inside Cigar, and so Play was in the perfect position to deny that plant there, because the one spot they don't have any control over, the one spot they don't know about, that they can't see, is that freezer section. And Play just swung out. I don't even think he wanted to just kill him. He just wanted to tag him enough to make him afraid, and just at the perfect time he swings out, fires off that SAS shotgun, and snags the round.
When everything just works out for you, just when this perfectly works out for you, and I just love how they played it. But even for all the efforts of Skullix, getting a triple king and the bot doing a nice job, but they in the end managed to lose it round. It's 5-5. This is going to be very interesting. I would love to see it overtime from for this match, but these teams are going to try to finish it at 7-5 or 7-5 if that's possible. But it is a kitchen defense this time, and the attackers are going to go towards 2F or maybe just push Bakery. I don't know. I think they did bring out the Monty, so I might be just going for the Bakery push, I believe. I think that's what they're prepping for, but they have to be very, very careful with all defenders still on the board. Still 2 minutes 20.
I just want to point out on the scoreboard, Bot and Skullix having 17 kills combined. I think Skullix went 9 kills, and this is after the rehost as well. Yeah, look at that. Oh, but in the meantime, we'll just run in and absolutely gun down Messi. They've got kitchen control now. That is a huge loss coming out from Sabertooth Wolves. Now you've lost a whole lot of info. You have that Monty. Now this is where the Monty has a lot of pressure here. He's got 50 HP, but that's more than enough to make it work. He's going to start pushing down. Ironside's going to get the wall now. The IQ is going to be able to spot anything out, and Messiah will just slowly creep up into prep room. You know, he's got that full extended shield out. He's going to be able to put a bit more pressure onto all the defenders. Now they have to be careful of not just the Monty itself, but someone behind the Monty, especially someone like Bot or Skullix, who's been absolutely off the walls today. JD's on the top floor, but he's gone pretty much uncontested. Someone will be hit by a Nomad air jab, and JD will slowly start creeping down. Play is opening up the freezer and white. I think he's looking to see if he can
Vault.
yeah, I think he's looking to vault over. Oh, he'll snipe a drone with that Maestro cam though. Absolute wonderful aim there. Hopefully he can keep that aim up when we're going to the end of the round here against KL11, and we will just see the round start to slow down a bit. Messiah is being used as almost like a drone to kind of gain a bit more space. Free win for you on the smoke. He will just pepper the shield of Messiah. Now they know where he is. They know he's in codes. JD will take this fight against, I believe it is Mischief. No, sorry, it's Skullix on the mining window. Skullix is going to start walking around, looking for play. Oh, but play here is in train. Do they know that? Does Skullix know that play is here, or does he just expect someone like JD to be rotating around? But play won't be able to get anyone from that verticality. Skullix is there. He'll walk into Skullix. Oh no, that's lock-on rifle. It's a 5v3 now, and the plant's going down. You have Messiah still on the board, and you have no C4s, only 3 smokes left. And I think that's the first smoke coming out. Skullix will pick up a second kill of the round onto JD, and now it's free win for you and Hellboy on this hopeful hold here against KL11. He's on the red stairs. Oh, he'll see I think it's the Nomad there. He'll do a bit of a quick peek. He won't get anything out of it. He will just continue to quick peek here. Hellboy stuck inside. Oh, what a wonderful shot to the thermite. It's a 4v2 now. Completely doable still. But you're going to have to start moving here. You're going to have to start getting those picks. There's 15 seconds left on the clock for that diffuser. Bot 11 holding down this kitchen. He sees Hellboy rotate in. He'll get the kill. Double kill. Oh, but free win for you. Will pick up his second kill. He doesn't have enough time for the defuse. The Monty will come out, go for the kill, and it will be a trade. KL11 pushing it to match point, 6-5.
I mean, KL11, you know, once again, just like you said, Skullix and Bot between them are doing very, very well, doing the most of the hard work, doing most of the work for the KL11. Got the first frag onto the Jaeger, I believe. Messi, who's been having a very, very tough game, I have to say. Can you bring a sub in? I mean, I think it's going to be down to the admin to decide that.
And so we will just see what the admins have to say here. But it's, I think you know, although you know we've been talking about Bot and Skullix, who I mean like Bot that round literally ran into site, into kitchen, got a free kill, and then just walked away, right? But I really have to commend Messiah as well on that Monty, who's just allowed to pressure, that kind of that kitchen and prep, and it was allowed to kind of gain a lot of control. So it looks like we'll be going for a rehost, as the admins have decided that Sabertooth Wolves will be given the ability to sub an extra player. And so on this final round, hopefully they are looking to kind of give them something that allows them to pressure out K11 a bit more. Looks like they might be probably having some troubles on the other side, probably with like administration, something like that. So they've brought out the substitute to kind of hopefully get in. So it's a very close game here, 6-5. I think very unfortunate there, because I actually think that play wasn't meant to die there. I think what happened was that Skullix, looking for JD, who he assumed was going to rotate over, actually ended up being play. And I think JD rotated back down the red stairs, and Skullix didn't know that, but was still waiting for the rotate to come out and just managed to pick off play, which I think is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, JD, who was playing towards the mining and doing a sort of a roam, maybe should have held his roam for a bit long before engaging the Zofia, you know. But I mean, play who after rotating towards the mining, I mean, he fired some shots towards prep, but I mean, I don't know if he forgot, or maybe JD didn't call out that there was someone outside the mining window. He just, you know, just casually strolled towards mining and just gave Skullix, who was playing the Nomad, the free kill. it's something you have to have in the back of your head, that someone might be or could be playing there. You can't just go inside a room and just start reloading and stuff with your secondary or whatnot. But you know uh, it goes down to like experience. Sometimes sometimes you just have the aim, and sometimes you just don't have the brains to
Mm,
have something like that in the back of your mind. But yeah, really really well played by KL11, on the kitchen attack. It's not very easy. Sometimes you don't have the vertical control, but they didn't have the vertical control, but still they planted, still they got the angles, held the angles, held the crossfires properly, and they managed to get the win.
and I think it's actually quite kind of unfortunate that adding on to that, um, Sabertooth Wolves can't go back to bar. They have to play this kitchen or reading site here because of the way in which we have siege tournament settings where it's a 3-round rotation.
Yep.
So, they're forced out of arguably their best site because they won kitchen the first time in the second defense round, but they lost kitchen just then. And they've lost reading already. And I would say they lost reading pretty hand in hand there with the Messiah on the Monty, just going for that hard push, and they wasted a lot of utility flushing him out. So it's really the question now on this final round, which site do you play? Do you play for the site that you might be able to win on
Yeah.
kitchen and
I,
force the
I
overtime?
think they have to go reading. I think that's the safe bet, because they might just, if, you know just when I talk about it, even if they go reading, and if KL11 bring out the Monty once again, which they have done and managed to win both the rounds that they bring out the Monty, the reading attack and the kitchen attack. They managed to win both those rounds, and it's a dilemma for Sabertooth Wolves at this point. Like, do we go reading, or they might just go for the same plant again, or do we go kitchen, the side we just lost? So
Mm.
yeah, Sabertooth Wolves are in some sort of a pickle right now.
Mm. And looks like they'll be subbing in because Messi unfortunately had really high ping and that made it hard to play. And they will bring in Darkseid now as their substitute, and I think that's a bit unfortunate because Messi was doing pretty well for himself. I think he had quite a few opening kills, and it was unfortunate because although he had been the opening death the past 2 rounds, I think he brought a lot to the teams um in terms of offensive power when they put him on like the Ash, for example, throughout the offense, or when they put him, I believe, on the was it the Jaeger for defense? So
I
I
think,
think
yeah, I
it's
think it was Jaeger for defense, and
mm,
after the rehost, he just couldn't play. I didn't see him get a single kill. I believe it was
mm,
like 0-7 or something for him. So yeah, he was having a pretty tough time. I mean, we didn't see what his ping was because like we were busy casting and whatnot. So if the player said, then yeah, it must be like he must be having some sort of an internet or ping issues that must be going around and interfering with his gameplay.
and it's one of the unfortunate things about being in APAC. I think I'm from Australia, so playing with anyone from Singapore, from Japan, from India, even is always a really hard thing. And this minor league has a lot of people from different areas, so I'm not surprised whatsoever that we have a bit of ping issues here. So we will see the bar defense coming out, which I think we need to check with the admin if that's actually allowed because they won the fourth bar defense, which means I don't know if they should be able to go back to that side.
Yeah, I think. No, no, they can. I think because they lost the kitchen side, so now they can go back to the 3F bar again. Yeah, so they said they can go back to the bar. Yeah, yeah. There's
Okay,
no mess. So
okay.
yeah, so I think, yeah, I think it is the best and safest bet for Sabertooth Wolves to go back to the 3F bar instead of going for the reading or the kitchen. Defense, they didn't do it very very well. Plus KL11 well playing the Monty really really well. They haven't brought out the Monty this time around. They have brought out the Ying once again. Messiah doing the most part of the work with the Ying and the Monty, but the rest of the lineup is going to be pretty much same. Ironside is on the Thermite, Bot is on the IQ, Mischief is on the Sofian, Skulek once again who's doing a lot of work with the Nomad. I believe is going to be on the Nomad once again. But for the defensive side, we see Play switching from the Maestro to Mozzie this time. Well, we see JD on the Maestro, Hellboy on the Eagle. Free win for you on Smoke, who I believe is actually no skill. And Darkseid, who just got subbed in, is going to pick up the woman.
And so now we will see what is looking to be a very, very close game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there is something wrong because they did win the fourth defense round. Okay, we'll see what admin says. But yeah, looks like we will just see for what the admin says.
They lost kitchen.
But yeah, anyway, we will just see how this round plays out because I believe KL11 are going to play out this round anyway. Um, yeah, I believe that they are not allowed to play this round. Okay, cool. So it looks like
So
the admin
in the end, I was wrong, and the admin I was wrong,
Okay,
and you were
yeah,
right. So
I
nice.
was I was looking at my notes and I saw the fourth round that they won the bar because they won the bar in the first round and weren't able to play into the fourth round. But no worries, we'll be able to fix that up straight away. Um, so yeah, looking like honestly, I think that the kitchen's probably their best bet. I know you said that they should go reading, but I think that Kitchen is their best bet at a win because looking at the way in which they played reading, I feel like they didn't have enough control to kind of make it work. I feel like they gave up a lot of control in the train section, and as a result of that, they weren't able to kind of finish off the round in a
Yeah,
very satisfying way. So I believe that Kitchen is their best bet in order to at least secure that
you know,
that overtime.
if they are going to go kitchen, I want them to have some sort of presence towards, if not 3F, but towards just trains and mining, and maybe pillars have maybe a vigil or just hold with a castle or mute. Maybe I don't
Mm,
know
mm,
how they like to do it, but they have to have some sort of presence towards the mining and fireplace or the reading side. Or maybe just play towards VIP and bakery in the first couple of minutes and just rotate and go up from the stairs if there are no nomad chargers or no one hall. If you have the information to rotate up, they have to have some sort of presence, which we saw them last time doing, but they just uh, like we saw play just were rotating up, but he just died from outside the window.
mm, mm. So while we wait for the final, for the admin to kind of get everything in order just before we jump back in. So it is a 6-5 score line between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves here.
So
And
just as a rest, just so right when it's 6-5, I'm gonna ask you just a question. Who do you think is gonna win this match?
oh, I think I think right now, Sabertooth Wolves have their backs against the wall. Right now they're very much at a point in which it's do or die, and so whatever you pick, you really have to be just kind of confident and put a bit of faith in your own team that you can pull this one out because I think K11, they're feeling good. They secured a kitchen win and pretty handily too. I think a lot of the kinds of defense that they've had were also fairly solid. Their losses, their losses on the attack that they've had were kind of unfortunate. The bar attack where they just got unlucky and were unable to see play on that mute shotgun. I think K11 mentally are probably thinking, all right, this is it. We're going to close this one out. But with the rehost happening the way that it is, it's also possible that Sabertooth Wolves are starting to feel like, all right, maybe this is it. Maybe this is our luck is on our side. And KL11 are starting to cool down a bit. Maybe Scullix and Bot are starting to kind of get a bit frosty rather than heating up and getting right back into the match. So I think that my money is still on KL11. I think that KL11 will, in the end of the day, just have enough power to kind of pull out the final few rounds or so. But we will have to
Yeah,
see. We'll have to see.
yeah. KL11 obviously pretty strong in the defense. Managed to go 4-2 with an advantage going into the switch, but Sabertooth did make a comeback. They did bring it to 4-4, but it was 5-5 once again. And right now they are KL11 match point. Oh no!
And looks like it will be unfortunate, but looks like we'll have a bit more of a technical issue there. Um, no worries. We will have. Looks like we're just gonna have. All right. All right. So it looks like we have a bit more of a technical issue here. Nothing too serious, and we'll hopefully get it figured out straight away. So we'll be back very, very soon.
So cliche, I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try.
Welcome back to the Streamline Minor League. We have just sorted out all of our technical issues, and we will be jumping back into the match between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves on Cafe, where it is 6-5 in favor of KL11. So the final defense round coming out here from Sabertooth Wolves. And so now they will be forced out of the bar site, and they will have to pick between kitchen, reading, fireplace, and then fireplace and mining. Me and Dover have been casting this match, and you know it's been a bit of a toss-up, but looks like they will commit to the reading site on the second floor, not going for kitchen. And I think that kind of makes sense, as you said,
Yeah.
Dover.
This time, yeah, it does make sense, to go towards reading instead of the kitchen, because they just lost that side. I don't know if KL11 are going to bring out the Monty this time. They might six pick to it after looking at the lineup of the defense. Maybe Messiah, will he not? Let's see. He still hasn't locked onto his operator though. I think he's gonna stick onto the Ying this time. Yeah, he's gonna stick onto the Ying this time. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. There we have it. After so many rehearsed, I think that was the third or the fourth rehearsed. I'm not quite sure. We are all of a bit of tired, but in the end, we have to be here to finish up this insane game between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves that has been going back and forth for quite a long time. While we do see them going towards the reading defense, Darkseid is on the Wumai, JD is on the mute, Freewin for is on the smoke once again, Hugo is on the Jaeger. While we see play on the Mozzie, and from the attacker side, Messiah, just like I said, he's on the Ying, while Mischief is on the Zofia. Ironside is gonna Thermite bot is on the IQ, and Skullux is once again on the Nomad. And I think Darkseid is kind of confused, and he's put a really weird shield. I don't think so.
I
That's
think he's
how it's supposed.
I think he's unsure about where to put it because okay, now it looks like he'll kind of get the
I
call
think
from Hellboy and where to put
he's
it.
so confused now with the shield. Come on, Darkseid, you can do it. Come on. There you go. No, no.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, still not quite right, but yeah, it's something is better than nothing, I guess.
Especially
While
with the amount of time.
now we see the attackers trying to make their way towards the 3F, I believe. They probably would like to push from 3F. That's how most reading and fabulous attacks goes. Yeah, they are stacking up towards the roof while we see bot open up these hatches with his breach charges.
And so now we will see with 2 minutes 30 on the clock, they will start to begin their push. And they've decided to have the two people there of JD and Darkseid. JD will fall down the white stairs and kind of go to the first floor a bit more, leaving Darkseid, their substitute player, in favor of Messi, who was having a bit of ping issues, in his place. And this is going to be really impactful for Sabertooth because you have Darkseid who's a substitute, and no matter how good he may be, there's going to be a bit of communication issues there because they're just not used to it. And looks like now Hellboy, who was up there with him, is going to drop down down pillars, and so Skullux will begin his
Judging by
assault.
how Darkseid was putting up his shield, I mean, there was probably a bit more going on than just communication issues. I mean, I think he's not quite familiar, but he's playing his sport, trying to put out the mine charges and whatnot, and trying to hold out as long as possible. Sorry for interrupting you there, but I just
No
had
worries.
to get it out. Had to get it out with our viewers right there.
And so looks like KL11 will take a drastic different approach compared to Sabertooth. They will start to drone out everything as bots jump down. He's been fragging off. Oh, that's Play's drone actually. Darkseid, proving his worth. He's going to get the opening pick onto bot, and bot has been absolutely going nutty in the past few rounds. So that's going to be a huge pick, especially because that's also the IQ on that's removed off the board, and IQ has a lot of power on the side, being able to see all the Mozzie drones, all the mute charges, all the Wamais, all the Jaegers, and looks like they will begin their full push onto this, and looks like Darkseid's going to just left it, but Mozzie from below will steal the kill onto the Ying. That is a huge amount of utility that you've lost there. You have lost two people in favor of nothing lost from the side of Sabertooth. Was Hellboy is waiting for the drop onto pillars. He can go and take out someone else if he's undetected. And you have the three people of Ironside, Mischief, who would get his first kill into Darkseid now. Now it's a 4v3, and Skullux could possibly be a big difference here, being with that Nomad and the air jabs. How much pressure can they put on the last 30 seconds of this game? We have a very, very close game here, and Mischief will start to drone. Will he be noticing Hellboy? He probably knows that there's someone inside pillars. Hopefully he saw that the fact that his drone was destroyed. Yes, I think he does understand that someone might be pillars. Hellboy is going to, Ironside's going to drop down, and they're going to start opening. He's going to go straight in. He has the cover of Skullux. He's going to start the plant. Oh, and Skullux will get a knife kill to JD. This is where it all is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And there's just a bit of gunfire coming out. 3-1 for you to get the kill. And there's going to have more ammo. Oh no, they've lost this Sabertooth. Wolves have held on for all dear life. Oh, that's so unfortunate. The ARX 2000, a gun with only 20 bullets in a mag. If he had brought the AK-47, he would have had 20 extra bullets. And it looks like KL11 will have to go into overtime, have to defend a bit more here. And my, oh my, talk about a lucky win there coming out from Sabertooth Wolves. I mean, in all reality, what could have happened as well was because the plant was the diffuser wasn't exactly in the way of Skullux either. One of them would have to have rotated really quickly in order to get it. So I actually don't think it was able, and looks like we will have to have another rehost as Messiah is unable to connect to the game. Oh, and he would get Glaz, which is not their pick. And we will be going into overtime here. And he's left. It's very unfortunate here, but that is kind of the way the ball rolls sometimes when you're playing Siege. Looks like we have been absolutely debated by the great thing that is Siege servers. So we will probably get back to you. We'll probably have to go to another technical difficulties break. Very sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But looks like we will have to quickly fix up our issues here. Looks like Siege servers have been working out a bit over time.
And all the words you speak
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Streamline League. We have hopefully finally fixed all of our technical issues. This has been a very, very long game between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves, but we are hoping to see the end of it with overtime now between these two teams. Well, I mean, we are not hoping to see the end of it. We will see the end of it. Sabertooth Wolves, just on that final defense, were able to steal the win, I think, with Skullex unfortunately unable to take free win for you out because of the ARX and its 20 bullets. So now we will see
By the
KL11 on
end
the
of the
defense.
round, everything was just such a cluster of fuse grenades glowing off in your face. I mean, from the smoke, missing his smoke canisters to Nomad not having bullets on his gun to smoke turning and killing him to the C4 to the. I mean, everything just happened so far. It was so difficult for us to cast and not only to just keep up. That was such an insane round, and this has been such an insane match up until now. It's going to this round, it's 6-6 tile or square going into round 13, and I mean it's difficult to pick a winner from here on out. I think you surely will agree, so right?
Well, I mean, goddamn, we're gonna have to pick a winner at this point because if this game goes on for longer than overtime, I think everyone in the, I think just casters and the teams, we're gonna lose our minds very soon. But this has been a great match to watch, honestly, and we will see a lot of the same things coming out from KL11 here on this bar defense on the top floor, and it looks like they're going to change up their lineup a fair bit here. They're not going to have Hellboy on the Hibana, they're going to have him on the Sophia with Darkside, their substitute, which was like, what, 2 pre-hosts ago at this point? They're going to have Darkside on the Hibana this time with play on the Twitch again. Hopefully he can pull off some more elevated angled plays because, man, I feel like Sabertooth Wolves are going to need it to hold off this KL11 defense. KL11 were able to win both bar defenses when they were originally attacking in regulation time, and so hopefully they can keep the same thing here, unless you have Darkside with the, unknown wild factor, the wild card factor here that might change up everything for this round. So with 30 seconds on this round already gone, play will just fire off a Twitch zap into, I think, probably a Wamai or a proxy alarm or something like that. And so now Mischief, who's holding this very tight angle onto the skylight peak there, and they'll begin their push to the piano. Hellboy will use a lot of his utility to kind of flush out all the Wamais and all the ADS, all the kinds of utility dumping devices. It looks like there's still a Jaeger left, I think, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, there's still an Jaeger ADS left on the left of your screen.
Yep, because it's not completely immobilized. It looks like it will be removed anyway, and Ironside will take 50 HP. Mischief will get the opening kill there onto JD. There you go, there's your Jackal dead. And we will see, with 1 minute 30 left on the clock, we will see KL11 take kind of control of this round, and Ironside's lost just over 50 HP from an unfortunate Goyo event there, and so in return from KL11, they're going to have to kind of forfeit the piano side, and Play is going to just start rotating his way up on the Twitch drone. He's going to probably see that there's someone inside the bar section now. Free win for you is going to go into just under heaven and looking to probably open up below and to flush out someone in heaven or in cocktail. With 50 seconds left on this, just over 50 seconds left on this round, KL11 have kind of just gone into a passive mode. They're not going to peek everything super aggressively, except for Mischief, who's stuck behind this wall, and he's going to have to drop down to avoid the Twitch pre-firing him into the next dimension. And looks like they're going to slow down a bit more here. 40 seconds left. And a lot of pre-fires coming out here, and Darkside, they've all dropped down into red. This is going to be incredible. Hellboy doesn't know that Mischief is downstairs with him. He's not going to know. Mischief is not going to peek out. Darkside will get a kill onto Ironside. The two sides, they're fighting for supremacy, and Mischief's going to rotate around to Fireplace. Free win for you is going to go into red. Hellboy is now in reading. Mischief and Hellboy, they're going to see each other. Unless they don't know, Mischief's gonna rotate around. Oh, what is happening here? Skullex will get another kill on the dark side. The player's not going down. Skullex will go down in return. Bot will take up free win for you. Bot will take up a second on the play. And KL11 take the first round on defense.
I mean, what was the Zofia doing in reading? I mean, I couldn't see. Why was she downstairs for the whole round? Just your teammates trying to get the plan. Just go and cover their angles, cover their crossfires. There's just no cover for the guy that was trying to plant there. I mean, two of the attackers just roaming downstairs from reading to pillars to mining and whatnot. I mean, I don't know what Sabertooth rules were trying to do there, but it's definitely not supposed to be that way. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, it has really been a weird match. I have to be honest with you guys, with the reoffs and whatnot, with different kinds of the way the rounds have turned out. But KL11, once again, I have to say they played it very, very well, and they are once again, not for the first time, mind you, are on the advantage and have the overtime match point in their hands once again.
That's very true. Sabertooth Wolves now are in a position they have to fight back a bit, and they will actually opt to go for the reading one instead of going for bar. That's a very interesting play considering they won both bar defenses when they went on the top floor. Maybe they feel a bit more confident with that lucky clutch on the last round of regulation. But here we go again. Messiah's on the Monty. You've got bot. They decided, you know what, bot, you just go and frag out on the Ash. We'll give you what you want. They've put Skullex on the Nomad, you know. They've got Mischief on that Zofia. On the Sabertooth Wolves side, you know, you've got a very kind of similar lineup. They've got play on that Mozzie, and he is going to chuck out his little pest drones and hopefully snag a bit of utility for himself here, like he did in the last round. Darkside looks like he's gotten the shield placement correct this time very quickly into the round, and he'll put his Wamais up in there. Now they're ready to go. Now they're ready to defend this point and hopefully push it to the last round of overtime. So we will go jump on board. Looks like JD still hasn't put down 3 of his mute jammers yet, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. I hope he kind of hurries it up a bit, because if he doesn't, oh boy, he's going to be in a lot of trouble when they start pushing. Messiah is going to start rappelling up onto that platform outside of the bakery roof, outside train, and looks like they were going to begin their push on the 3rd floor. The Ash is going to rush it. The Ash is going to open up the hatch. Could have waited for someone else, maybe with a breach charge. Looks like they don't have any breach charges, so fair play. Will the Mozzie take the drone? He won't, no, and they're going to have 2 drones there just in case one takes out the other. It looks like Messiah's also on his drone. They'll drone out Piano. Looks like they're going to gain Piano control super quickly. They know no one's in Piano now. They see the mute charge. They probably can guess that someone's going to be playing in blue or in Task, judging by the fact that there's a lot of utility down there already. And bot will drone out bar. They know now that bar is clear. They see the shield inside Cocktail. They don't know about the Mozzie downstairs, which is going to be a bit of a problem if the Mozzie can C4 someone from below. But they know it's going to be roughly the same hole. Do they know that the Jaeger there? That's the real question. And the Nomad's going to be put up onto that. Oh, lovely bullet hole there from play, but it's not going to be able to do anything right now. He's got a punch hole open something, and now will they be able to see? Will KL11 be able to do this? C4. If you C4 the place where Skullex is, you'll be able to get a free kill.
But yeah,
And he won't.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He has the information just there to, you know, C4 the new head drop.
But looks like it's going to kind of stall out here with a minute 15 left on the clock. Play is going to have to be the flank of his, he's going to have to pull off the flank of his career to kind of bring this round back. Messiah's put a lot of pressure. That's 1 C4 gone. They have 1 more C4 coming out from play. Play will start peppering Messiah. He's down on 25 HP. That's perfect for free win for you on the smoke to be able to put a bit of damage. There's someone downstairs now. I don't know who that is. I think it's Hellboy downstairs. Bot on the Ash is now watching that Pillar's attack angle coming from play. JD will pick up the first kill onto Mischief. That's just Sophia dead. That's going to be a huge kind of set of power here. Skullex will take out Hellboy on the Jaeger. Now Play's waiting just to see where that Nomad's going to drop. If that Nomad drops, doesn't matter where he's going to drop, because Darkside's going to take him out. Pre-fire's coming out here, and Bot will respond. 25 HP lost on Play, and the kill coming out on to Play by Bot. It's 25 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a 3v3. Health very much in the favor of Sabertooth Wolves here. Are they going to be able to get a plant? They know someone's downstairs because they see the open. Oh, they think that someone's downstairs because they see the open one. Oh no! But the smoke canister will down Messiah, and Ironside's also being injured. Bot will take up Darkside, and now it's a fight with 7 seconds left. They're gonna have to pull off some crazy shots here. But the crossfire will come out from Sabertooth Wolves. It's 2 seconds left. The plan will go down. Can you clutch this one out to save your game, Ironside? He won't be able to, and looks like Sabertooth Wolves will be able to prove me wrong. And they will go all the way to the final round.
Once again, you know, They tried the same thing again, but this time it didn't work for them because the Monty was lit up by play while he was playing from the pillars. Monty, who was down to just 20 HP, just quickly died to a smoke for the first smoke canister that was thrown by Free Win for You. This time they were ready for the Monty push. They played it really, really well. They played a guy towards pillars. Maybe KL11 could have done a bit more with their droning, but just like I stated in the starting of the match, you see how defensive sided this map actually is. If the attackers are
Mm.
a bit off with their droning or a bit off with their crossfires, it's a sort of a free win for the defenders. And if it is overtime match point 7-7, this is it. This is it, folks. The final round. Whoever takes this round is going to be the winner of this very, very long match. We have been here for a long time, but this is very it. Let's go.
And we will see KL11 going to reading now. On the final round, they will choose to bring the Pulse instead of the Mozzie. And man, I cannot believe that this match has gone on for this long. We've seen the wildest things ever. We saw two clutches we saw two kind of wild clutches, one in the reading and one in the bar, both from the Sabertooth defense side, I might add. But KL11, who won their second time around on reading, but lost the first time around on reading, will now be able to hopefully close out this game one way or another. Ironside's going to land that shield, no hesitation there. He's going to chuck a mine down just in case someone throws something in. Skullex is looks like Skullex is preparing for when play drops down, trying to go for that elevated angle. Skullex is going to put his Maestro Cam up in the normal position that Sabertooth Wolves know already about. And so it looks like Ironside, he's going to chuck his Wamais down to give him a bit more room, a bit more cover, so that in case utility comes flying on in, that he's going to have a bit more space to kind of survive in. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sabertooth Wolves are going to start their attack. And they're going to start by jumping onto the roof. And a bit of a pre-fire coming out here from Mischief.
We do see the Pulse for the very first time. So.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting play, bring out the Pulse, especially with the verticality. Oh, does Hellboy see him? Yes, he does! He does see Ironside! Oh, no! I thought he might be able to get away with it. And so now they definitely know someone's in that corner. And I'm not sure if they know about Skullex, though, or Bot even being there. But they know that definitely someone is up there, so they need to pressure.
Right there. So, I mean, just don't mind. But the KL11 have decided to offer a lot of utility with the one shield that has been there on the sorry, my bad, Cocktail. The one shield on Cocktail. They have decided to put two ADSs, a lot of Wamai charges. I mean, going about how this match has gone, it hasn't been a pretty good spot for KL11. I mean, Play has had a couple of good rounds where he just vaulted up the bar and just killed the guy playing behind the shield. So I don't know why they're putting up so much utility behind that shield, but this time they do have one more person who's playing on the Cocktail, this Ironside and Skullex, and Wamai has made himself some very good bullet holes that he's picking right now with the information, probably given by one of the Maestro Cams on the Sikar shop.
Oh no, he doesn't see him because he's crouched, and so with a minute 30 left, we're going to see no one dead yet, but as utility is kind of getting dumped out, and the shots, Hellboy with 1 HP will walk away with some of his life, but Free Win for You will swing on by, take out Ironside, and Skullex will get the refrag onto him, so now it's a 4v4, and the HP very much favoring on KL11 side, but not anymore with Play taking down Bot, but Dark Hellboy is on such little HP that, like, if you breathed on him, he'd die, and Mischief, now on the Pulse, is going to be able to give so much control and so much info to his team about the location of the players here. I believe he's looking at Dark Side or Hellboy, and the C4 will miss. Oh no, this is going to be it. The final push onto reading. They're going to open it up now. I believe there's someone playing very close to the door, and there's going to be 1 kill coming out. A wide swing from Messiah. There's going to be a shotgun there, and so now we will see. Oh, this is very close. Messiah's now pinned. He's going to have to go for the frag here. He sees him, and he's not going to be able to kill him. And now, they're going to rotate around. Messiah, now going to be holding close. Does he know that someone's in there? They see the smoke. Skullex will get another kill. He'll pick up his second onto JD. And now the defuse is down. They have 15 seconds left. It's going to be a hellish pull from Sabertooth Wolves here to salvage this round out from nothing. Play's going to chuck a nade down to hopefully preempt. He's going to take kill. Hellboy! Oh no! Who needs the kill? Save the KD. And it's going to be 4 seconds left. He's going to take out Skullex. No way that this works.
Oh no!
Survived by the skin of their teeth. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen. GG. Well played. Very much so. Messiah holding on.
Oh my God,
What a wild
it's
ride there. What an
unbelievable.
absolute wild ride there. With, with 15 seconds left in the round, Hellboy jumped out of reading, right? And I was like, all right, Play's got this. I wondered why Play was looking down that way, and he just destroyed Hellboy. That was the funniest thing ever. He probably mistook him for mischief, but then he hit up 2 clean shots and then just unfortunately died. But what a game between KL11 and Sabertooth Wolves, with KL11 taking it 8-6.
Yeah, Play just almost lost them the round, then won them the round, then in the end just died and actually lost the match. So yeah, I mean, this has been just a representation of how the match has gone. To be honest, even this
Mm.
round, the team with the team kill and everything, they could have won it. I mean, it was 3v2 or 3v1 or something in the end. Uh, and I don't know how the mute actually missed from below to the Zofia, who was already one. Like, just like you said, if you breathe on the Zofia, she'll die. But in the end, the mute didn't land his shots and she survived, but not too much. She just rotated and got team killed in the process.
Mm.
There's not much that he could have done about it, I guess. Just play in the end. It happens, and it happened at the most, wrong time. But in the
Mm.
end, I do believe KL11 played it very, very well. They were the deserving winners, I have to say.
So looking onto our Division A, we can see our Division A bracket here, and looks like it will be the next match of Rival versus Virtual 5 Esports, which will determine our final 2 entrants from the Division A. And the winner of that will essentially go against each other. And moving on to Division B, which was the game we just had, where KL11 will move on to go against Exiled, who have been on a fairly good run throughout this entire tournament, going against Virus and Roaring Tiger. So now it will be KL11 against Exiled for the finals of the Season 1 Streamline Minor League Division B games. So thank you very much, everyone. It has been a long, arduous hour and 50 of a match. Any closing thoughts here, Dover?
Closing thoughts, just to remind everybody once again, Cafe might be a defensive sided map, but if you're an attacker, you have to, drone properly, have your crossfires. Uh, in the end, it was down to a very misfortune of the other team that the KL11 managed to win. But it has been a very long day. It has been a very long match, but a very exciting match, mind you. I was joined by Saw, none other than Saw, and our very good admin, Insane. And I'll see you guys on the next one.